Hello, welcome. This is going to be Super Mario Bros. 3. This is an extremely well-known game that was my actual absolute favorite game for a good part of my life. During my Super Lumi Live Let's Play, I made a list of my favorite platformers that I had ever played, and this was very high on the list. And ever since then, I've had it in my mind that I want to play all the things that were on that top 10 list that have not been played on my channel. This is one of them. I have some plans here. This is going to be a challenging Let's Play for me in that I know this game extremely well. So it's going to be hard to slow down and break it down to make it accessible to somebody who may not have seen the game before, but I'll do my best. So Super Mario Bros. 3, let's play a one-player game. Playing the NES version. There's an SNES version. I don't like it as much. The sounds are different, the graphics are different. It's just a matter of preference which one you might prefer. Can't go that way to the south because it's locked. Got no items in there. That's how I would select them if I did. 1-1. Alright, and it's a Mario game. You do Mario things, jump on enemies, hit blocks for coins and power-ups, etc. So while I feel like I could safely assume most of my audience knows this game, when I played The Legend of Zelda, I asked the question if anyone present was seeing that game for the very first time, and multiple people were. I'm doing a lot of things. I picked up a leaf, which gave me a tail that lets me fly if I get P-speed, which happens if I run fast on the ground. Again, I'm not going to be able to act as though I've never played this game before. Mostly, I want to just try and cover all of the areas that I can. I did not fly well enough to get where I was trying to get there. Right, so let's go along the ground here, kind of going backward. So there's this ground path that I could take if I had not flown up where the coin trail was. Bunch of surprisingly threatening flying paratroopas, Koopa Troopas with wings, whatever those are called, right there. Right, I want to do a flight right here. Not get baited by the coins that are now gone. And there's another area in this pipe. Yeah, so I cannot pretend I've never played this game before because I played it many, many, many times. So I'll just do my best to showcase all of what's in the levels. I may have to do multiple playthroughs because there's a trick that I am pretty well set up for here, but it would skip some other stuff. There's like an either-or choice I would make in this spot. If you want some coins, there's a P-switch there. And then this is the part of the level we saw before. All these funny little glitches at the edge of the screen. You might not have seen those on a CRT way back in the day playing this game in its original context. Like the overscan or whatever might just not have shown those at the edges of the screen. But they're very noticeable if you can actually see the entire frame buffer. And that little thing, like below, like in the lower left where my stats and stuff are, that line's just always going to be flickering back and forth. You can get unlimited 1-ups here if you're patient enough about it. I think it's like this. Yeah, so keep doing this. I remember having done this to fill up on lives back in the days when I thought I needed those. Well, that didn't work out. But anyway, do enough of those and you can chain 1-ups and get as many as you want there. As many as I want is 0. Alright, so this pipe doesn't go. I think that's an exit. And there's a P-switch here, used to turn coins into bricks and vice versa, but oops, well, I broke a coin, that's fine. I don't need them for much. There's a 1-up right here, I think? Sure was. Okay. Secret zone with a couple of bonus coins. Then that comes out of that pipe I was pointing out? Yeah, that one. Okay. Anyway, I don't think I need to hit the P-switch again, that is fine. There's a star in one of these, it's this one. Sorry, no, that's a leaf. There's a star later in this level? Is this the level with a star? Right here. While I have played this game many, many, many times, it's been a while. So, I have clear memories of most of it, but a couple of details will probably have gone hazy, especially in the later worlds. Alright, 1-3. This has a big secret that, again, is an either-or thing, so I'm going to choose to take the regular path here rather than the secret one. And I guess I'll start a new game after this. Game's not, like, super long. 8 worlds, And each world... I don't know if I can fit a world per episode. Probably not all of them, but some of them I can. Anyway, so... Koopa Shell there is set up to break blocks in a specific pattern, and if you know where to look, there's this pink note block that, unlike these, that if I jump on, just give me a little boost. So if I don't press the jump button, that happens. And in this game, you have to actually time your jump. So holding this happens, I gotta actually press. You can hear my tail wag when I do that. But with appropriate timing, this takes me to what I believe they call Coin Heaven. Way up in the sky, bonus auto-scrolling section. When the clouds look like that, you can fly up and get an extra bonus all the way up here. Well, I didn't do very well at getting it, but there's a one up in that block. You only have a moment to get it. Anyway, so this will take me later on in the level. However, I want to go all the way back to the beginning and see an order, because there's a bunch of stuff. Yeah, so this block is important, but right now, I don't wish to interact with it. So going back the way I came, there's all this stuff in the level. Here's that set of blocks. If you lose your leaf... Oh hey, they didn't break the right way. I think it was because I had the thing too close to the edge when I kicked it. Sometimes they just don't work that way. So you could go to Coin Heaven again if you really wanted to. Right, okay, so duck sliding in this game. Unlike later Mario games, if I'm ducking and I press a direction, like I'm holding down, I'm pressing right while still holding down, if I want to duck slide, I cannot have any directional input at all. And that's important for fitting under things when I'm tall. This short one has a leaf in it. Little Goomba's down there, etc. Not too much of a threat. Boomerang Bro is here. Well, he took my leaf. That's fine. I'll do without. And then that's just the end of the level. Alright, end of the level. Got 3 stars, so I get 5 up. My technique for getting these was always to run at full speed as soon as I'm at the end of the stage, and if I jump at the right angle, it's always a star, just because that's how the timing works out. You can also get 3 mushrooms or 3 flowers. I never had a reliable technique for that, but why would I want that? 3 stars is the best one, so... Also got what I always thought of as the best prize there. I always want a leaf. Optional level, you can do 3 or 4, or neither, if you don't want the Toad House. But I always like to do both. So, is this a slower auto-scroll than Coin Heaven? It feels slower, but that might be my imagination. Kinda dangerous, easy to slip off, so bonk the right side of the bottom of the block and the thing will go left. Bonk the left side and it'll go right. I bonked the wrong side for leading that to me. I think this is a coin block, yeah. Not that I care much, but it's fun to get. Alright. So I'm back to tailed status. No fire flowers have shown up yet. They are in this game, but they don't appear until a little bit later. I could go down there, but it feels safer to go above. Whoop. And that's the end of the road. One extra Boomerang Bro here if you want to lose your tail again. That time I did not. Okay, so not enough time to get running speed there, so I get a mushroom instead. That is fine. Spade Panel. This rigged game. Yeah, is a silly, rigged carnival game that, like, will only let you win if it feels like it. Just try to line them up. So, I'll hit it when the mushroom is in the center. Sure. I think I was a little bit late there, possibly. Alright, well, let me have it. The edge ones are funny flower star hybrids, but the center one is what counts, and I got 2 up. But sometimes that just will not let you win if it feels like it. Mini Fortress. I think that's what these are called. So then more of a foreboding aura in here. Potobos coming out of the lava. Here's the first fire flower in the game. So I lose my ability to wag my tail, but I can throw fire, and not do much of use in here. Is there anything in here that's vulnerable to fire? There is one at the very end. Another level with an either-or choice. If I took this leaf and went up top, above this is a secret. I'll have to show it off at some later point, but I don't want to go there today. Yeah, so in one run, you cannot see everything in this game, so I'll just get as much as I can in the first run, and second one, we can do another loop and see more stuff, and that can be a more abbreviated loop. So I brought a fire flower with me. This is Boom Boom, the boss of the mini-fortress. He'll run around, swing his fists, and if they touch me, sometimes he brings out his spiky back. I can jump on him, but if I don't want to do that, so 3 jumps defeats him. I can also use fireballs if I have them. He has high jumps in phase 2. He doesn't really go to phase 3 if I use fireballs. Like, jumping on him is what changes his behavior. But fireballs can just kill. We'll be seeing a lot of that guy. Alright, so this lock is gone. If I were to game over, the lock would stay gone, but I think all the levels would come back, so that would let me shortcut through here. It's been a really long time since I game overed in this game, so I forget how it works. Also, this bonus showed up, the end spade panel. I do not remember the spawn conditions for this, it just happens when it feels like it. It's like some certain score threshold or something. Flip over any 2 cards and see if they match. You can only miss twice. I once had... There's a fixed number of layouts here, so yeah, it's a memory game. There's a fixed number of layouts. Last 3 are always mushroom, flower, star. I had a chart on paper that I made of these, of what all the possible layouts could be, and I would check a few specific cards to figure out which layout I was, and then just consult the map to know where all the things were. I don't have those memorized anymore, or I might have the chart somewhere. But anyway, so just get a few extra things. Those are going into my item box, so I have a fire flower that I can use in the overworld if I wish to power up. But I already have one. This level starts me sliding, showing that slide killing is possible. Buzzy beetles are fireproof. I can pick up their shells if I walk into them from the side while they're stopped, just like a Koopa Troopa. So taking the lower route here, I guess this is the first encounter with water. Second encounter with fire flowers. No, not here. Okay, I'm gonna walk forward to this pipe, then backtrack a little bit. So hill with turtles on it. Is there a leaf in this level? If there is, I'm not sure where to look for it, so don't worry about it. I think these pink note blocks always go to the same place. Not a lot to do here if I don't have a tail to fly up and try to get the bonus mushroom, which I do not. If I run with P-speed, I can scroll the screen just a tiny bit but not really see what's above. Alright, so same coin heaven as in 1-3, and I come out of that pipe. Oops, well, right, yeah, so if I'm standing on a slope like that, that's what's gonna happen. I'm bringing this as ammunition against... this is a situation. That's fine. Oh, right, he wakes up! Alright, first death, because I was not paying attention to the thing in my hand. So you die and that happens, go back to last thing cleared. I could have used an item, that's not what I did. So, there's a power-up on this path. It would be a fire flower if I was already big, but I'm not, so instead it'll just be a mushroom. Mushroom is fine, so if I play with a little bit more care... I don't wish to go back to coin heaven again. Alright, so fire spitting thing. I can use the shell to take you out. That was the plan before, and for some reason I just did not do it very well. Or at all. Let's try for a mushroom. I got one somehow. I just kind of stopped running at a random point and got lucky, is how that happened. Oh, I need to watch my coin count whenever I finish a level. I'm trying to fight that hammer brother that's up there, and if I do the wrong thing, he'll turn into something else. Something I specifically was avoiding doing, but then I forgot to specifically avoid it. Leaf in this block. Again, I've played this game a lot. I know the layouts very well. Leaf eases a lot of platforming challenges, if you wish for that sort of thing. Let's see, what's the... Isn't there some... Why do I remember doing something specific with this structure? There's a 1-up up in that block. I guess it's that the 1-up bounces off of this block here, and then can, like, be dispensed out this side, something? I don't know. So down doesn't go, have to go above. If I were to fly here, I would see something. Let's see if I can fly and then go back. I don't think I can. Let's just not fly. I'll do that second time through, maybe. So fall down this dangerous path, ride the line. I think it's just a few bonus coins up above and an easier way through. I'll see if I can fly there from all the way on the right side. I don't know if there's enough running area to be able to do that. There is. So go all the way up, there are those coins. Can I make it all the way back to that wooden platform? I guess I'll try. This might not go well, but let's see how it goes. If I hold the run button just right, I can keep a little bit of running speed as I go through here. I don't think I'm going to make it all the way. In fact, I think I'm dead. Okay. Well, I saw all of the ground there. So let's use an item. I'll bring a leaf. And this time, let's go forward on the flying path. Could have brought either because there's a leaf in the level, etc. Doesn't really matter too much. Alright, yeah, it's a little hard to fly here, but it can be done. And clearly it's made to be flown because there's bonus stuff up above. Like, this gap kind of stops my P-speed gain. How do I do this, actually? Sometimes the gap doesn't stop me, sometimes it does. It's weird about it. Anyway, yeah, so just follow the arc of coins, and you get to a mostly safe place, and end of level. Did not get a mushroom, therefore I just get 1 up. You always get at least 1, 3 mushrooms gives 2, 3 flowers gives 3, 3 stars gives 5. Hammer Bro! Just 1. He does that. Very imposing, but if you get under the arc, you can just bop him from below, and done. I learned recently that it is the position on the map that determines whether there's something in those boxes. Sometimes you can get a power-up. Always you get the treasure box that gives a star in this item box. So if I want to start a level invincible, I can do it. Toad will also give me a gift. The position of this chest, as far as I know, doesn't matter. Like, all 3 are the same dice roll. Each Toad house, as I understand, has its own inventory. Like, there are 3 items at each designated one you can get. All of these are mushroom, flower, leaf, as far as I know. So 1 in 3 chance to get one of those, and it doesn't matter which box you pick, as far as I have ever known. Anyway, end of world, here. So right, I didn't really mention the story of this game. Bowser's 7 kids have visited all the countries in Mushroom Land and stolen the magic wand and used it to turn the king of that land into an animal. So this king is a dog. King has been transformed, please find the magic wand so we can change him back. And Mario finds the airship where the Koopa Kid is hiding out. Climbs onto it, and now we got another auto-scroller. Cannons and stuff. If I stand on this cannon, I can just knock the cannonball out if I want. Airships can get dangerous. I will expect to maybe take a hit here. It is not unlikely. Because, like, look at all this stuff flying through the air. It's a bunch. This one has a power-up. I think this is a fire flower? Yep. Do I want it? Nah. I'll stick with my tail. So cannons give a small bounce. Even if I'm holding the jump button, I only get that much bounce. Yeah, I told you I'd take a hit. Bullet bills, however, give a much larger one, so if I hold the button, I can get that much bounce. This one does not have an extra power-up at the end. One of the airships has one there. So, world boss. This is Larry, I think? Yeah, that's Larry. Larry Koopa. Kinda like Boom Boom, stomp 3 times and he's done. Sometimes he shoots his magic wand. He has a big high jump. And that's it. There's the magic wand that I'm after. And world is complete. Mario falls out of the airship, which just, like, disappears. I guess the magic wand makes it vanish. I never questioned why that happens until just now. Huh. And the king was already transformed back. So I guess just picking up the magic wand, like getting it back from the kid, breaks the spell immediately. So the king holds onto the magic wand, gives me a letter from Princess Toadstool as she went by back in these days. Nowadays you'd know this character as Peach. If you see any ghosts, be careful. They will give chase if you turn away. I've enclosed a jewel that helps protect you. Jewel here I think is just a funny translation. So it calls it a jewel, but it's that's a P-wing, which goes into my item box. And it's like a leaf, but I always have P-speed, so I can fly at all times until I take a hit. So very powerful item, kinda can just be used to skip a level if you want to. I'll mostly just let it sit there. Alright, so World 2 will be Desert World, and I'll see you next time for that.